Alan, maraming salamat muli sa pagkakataong ito.
Ako magpapasalamat sa oportunidad na ito, Kuya Boy.
Ilang oras pa lamang ang nakakaraan, naglabas muli si former Congressman Zaldico ng kanyang Part 3 sa kanyang mga revelasyon. Nag-umpisa nung isang araw, sinundan, tapos ito nga. Huwag na natin isa-isahin, pero ang gusto malaman ng bayan ay ito bang tawagin na natin kung ano man, expose, revelasyon, mga kwento ni Congressman Zaldico na matagal na inantay ng taong bayan. Does this change the game, ika nga?
Quick answer, yes. Game changer ito, whether you believe him or not, no? So, first lesson, expect the unexpected because everyone was expecting hindi magsalita or pag magsalita, didepensahan lang yung sarili niya. But we've seen from the speech nung mahiya naman kayo until now, maraming unexpected na nangyayari, no? From the change of leadership sa Senate, yung ICI, sari-saring protesta, kung sino mga pangalan ang binabanggit, kung ano yung lang ghost, Kuya Boy, di ba? Until now, I join everyone in being outraged, pero this belief talaga that in this modern day, and then hindi sa sulok, yung nandyan sa Bulacan at nandyan sa Cebu, nandyan sa iba't ibang area, no? I'm not judging per se kung ano yung ghost, but yung kung gaano kabigat, hindi lang yung corruption pero yung scheme. But Kuya Boy, ang question para sa akin kasi is sari-saring protesta, sari-saring paraan na iparinig sa atin lahat. Naggalit kami, kailangan ng pagbabago. Bakit in this period of time, all of us na nasa gobyerno, we cannot provide people with a roadmap or a vision man lang how we're going to get out of it. So we're all busy in showing that there's a hole, in digging that hole, in showing na eto masama, siya masama, eto masama, siya. We all agree na eh. Kaya nga outrage na tayo eh. Pero parang yung kakulangan to paint a vision na, okay, eto yung masama, eto yung mali, eto yung tama. This is the first step, the second step, eto yung mangyayari. No? One can say it's because it's ongoing pa. As you said, game changer after game changer. I mean, pag-upo ni Ombudsman Remulla is obviously was a game changer because iba din yung activism at direction niya. Pag-upo ni Senator Ping sa Blue Ribbon, but even pag-upo din ni Senator Marcoleta, it was game changers because we did not think that these two gentlemen will really face the lion in the face, yung corruption na to, no? Yung rally ng September 21, yung nagaganap na rally ngayon, I think these are iba lang yung yung level of pagiging game changers. So, let me put it this way, Kuya Boy, parang there's something so familiar with what's happening, especially to people a little bit older than us na inabot din yung martial law. But especially for me na martial law baby, inabot ang EDSA 1, EDSA 2, EDSA 3, inabot yung Hello Garcia, yung maraming skandalo, yung Napoles scandal. So there's something so familiar, but there's also a lot of things that are so unfamiliar, Kuya Boy, no? Which is also anong end game para sa lahat. So we're really in a extraordinary situation, Kuya Boy. But I'll repeat myself, there's extraordinary opportunity for real change, for transformation in our country.
Okay, babalikan ko yan. Ang hinahanap ko sa ngayon ng tao, ang pakiramdam ng tao, litong-lito, dami-daming dumadating na balita. You use the word galit. Yes, may outrage. Yung parang sobra na. Mga natural calamities, sunod-sunod na nagaganap. Lindol, bagyo, nakikita ito sa Cebu at sa iba pang mga lugar. So may galit. Ang kadalasang tanong, and you also said it, paano ba magtatapos ang lahat ng ito? Or to be more specific, ang sinasabi ng tao, may makukulong ba dito? May mananagot ba dito?
Eventually naman, Kuya Boy, may mananagot, may makukulong. Ang question lang naman talaga is will it be real justice? Meaning yung talagang mga dapat makulong, or will it be weaponized para kung sino lang ang kalaban ng kung sino makulong? But Kuya Boy, going dun sa kalituhan, di ba? Di ba kaya nga sinabi sa Bible, the blind leading the blind. Ano ba yung blind? Walang vision. Ano ba yung blind leading the blind? Meaning, susunod ka sa walang vision, pero sumusunod ka doon. So, I'm not criticizing any group or any one leader. I'm criticizing our whole leadership right now. No? Every single person who claims to be a leader, including myself. Ang pamilya na walang vision, hindi mo alam kung saan ka pupunta. Ang jeep o ang bus na hindi pwedeng i-describe sa'yo kung pupunta man kaming Baguio, pupunta kami Lucena, hindi mo alam kung sasakay ka, hindi, malilito ka talaga. So the problem ni Kuya Boy is that in the past, kahit ano sama, martial law, EDSA 1, EDSA 2, people could paint a vision and then may path or paraan papunta doon. So I think the confusion is brought about by much fear, much more anger than fear, outrage nga ang tawag natin, but also a lack of humility from everyone in trying to find a solution. I think the main go-to formula right now is to blame your opponent. Nangyayari to dahil doon. So from the barangay unit all the way to Malacanang, it's I didn't do it, yung kabila ang gumawa. Okay. So hindi tuloy ma-paint yung... So yung kalituhan is hindi ko sinong guilty eh. I think more or less people know who is guilty. Ang question lang is ano talaga yung ginawa, paano ginawa, and sino yung magkakasama doon. So kaya may kalituhan. Kasi dati, Kuya Boy, simple lang ang turo sa atin, di ba? Nag-aaway kayo, valedictorian, salutatorian, nandaya ka, tanggal ka. Eh ngayon, hindi na ganun eh. Di ba yung, ayokong tanggalin yung valedictorian kasi ayoko sa salutatorian. Eh, paano kung pareho nandaya yung valedictorian at salutatorian? Eh, kung sino mas mataas? Eh, before, getting to the vision was much easier. Kung sinong mali, tanggalin niya.
Okay.
Ngayon, confusion kasi magulo ini-espouse natin na mga theories and yung tinutulak natin na kung sinong dapat maglingkod sa ating bayan.
Ang dami ng pinagdaanan itong mga nakaraang buwan, pero maraming nagsasabi na, to use again your word, extraordinary. Parang kung ikukumpara ang kontrobersiya, ang itong korupsyon na nasasaksihan ng taong bayan ngayon, marami ang nagsasabi, iba ito. Dati pala barya. Ngayon, nakita natin ng sambayanan yung mesa na punong-puno ng pera, na itong gilid na ito ay para kay, ito ay yung kanilang paghahati-hati ng pondo ng bayan. So, klaro na ninakaw, klaro na maraming mandarambong na involved sa gobyerno, na hindi nakita ito in the past. May nakita tayong mga cheque, may nakita tayong mga debate tungkol sa corruption. But this is the first time that people would say, nakita namin eh. Ngayon, isa sa mga ipinakita ni Congressman Zaldico ay yung mga maleta. Yung mga maleta na, I would just like to mention this because una, hinanap ko kung talagang Rimowa dahil yun ang isa sa mga diskusyon ni Senador Ping na paano naman, I mean, of course, trying to vet also the information dahil hindi naman lahat ng information ay tatanggapin ng mga investigating bodies. Hindi naman pala lahat, no? So, kanya-kanya ng opinion. Pinakita yung mga maleta na naglalaman ng pera. Sinabi niya na yung the testimony of Gotesa ay tama, nagpangalan, kina John Paul, pinagtatagpo-tagpo ni Zaldico ang naratiba, lalo na ni Gotesa, at pinatotohanan niya na tama yung sinasabi ng mama. Ang katanungan ko, iba yung reaksyon ngayon ng tao na sinasabing, nakita namin eh. Nakita namin yung pera, nakita namin yung 38 billion, 31 bags, ganito, idinideliver sa mga bahay ng... Ito yung pagkakaiba. Ito yung pagkakaiba in the context of the experience of the Filipino people. Kaya pag nagtatanong ang tao, wala bang makukulong? Wala bang mananagot dyan? Ano bang mangyayari? Ano ba ang, to use your word, ano bang end game nito? Ano bang aming dapat, as a leader, Alan, ano bang aming dapat asahan? Paano magtatapos? May isosoli ba ang perang ito sa amin? Ito ba'y maibabalik? Ano ba, what is going to happen?
Okay. Direct sagot muna, Kuya Boy. Ano ba dapat nating asahan at ano dapat nating ipaglaban? Which is real change and transformation. Nothing less. Diba? So, kumbaga, if it's a crossroad, tatlo pupuntahan mo. Pag kaliwa, bolahan lang, pero same. And pag same, it will get worse. Okay. Another, let's say, kanan, which is may konting pagbabago. Wala nang ghost, pero yung sistema ng pandaraya, pananakot, pangungurakot, or stealing, lying, and cheating, nandiyan pa rin. Yung culture nandiyan pa rin, pero wag naman ghost. That's another way. Greed will eventually come in, babalik. The third one, which is what happens sa Singapore, when muntik bumaksak ang stock market nila because now of a certain company, they had to meet and they had a national dialogue and they decided wala tayong natural resources, either ma-invade tayo, ma-absorb tayo, mababaon tayo sa kahirapan if we do not offer something to the world. And they offered themselves yung sipag nila, but they put integrity as a central value. And from there, nagbago. So we have to demand na hindi the same Philippines or mamatay yung kilala natin Pilipinas o ugaling Pilipino. We have to demand real change and transformation. Having said that, Kuya Boy, why is it so familiar? So I was in elementary school nung martial law, then going to the 1984 election. At that time, joke na rin nun yung na, huy, hindi lang to under the table, kasama na rin yung table. But I agree with you yung magnitude ngayon. So, to follow that example na hindi lang under the table, kasama yung table, ngayon pati yung forest na lahat ng puno na ginawang table, ninakaw na rin. Di ba? So, ang point ko doon, Kuya Boy, yung magnitude, brazenness, yes, grabe. But remember, the last year of President Arroyo, 50 billion lang ang DPWH funds. Ngayon, it's more than 1 trillion pesos. So, yung amount and yung magnitude grew eh. So, sumabay din yung pagnanakaw. Kaya lang, yung brazenness, di ba? Yung kawalang hiyaan. Na dati, kung may 10% ka sa 50 billion, that's 5B. Ngayon, kung may 10% ka sa 1 trillion, 100 billion na nga yun eh. Hindi ka pa natuwa. Nag-ghost ka pa, nag-100% ka pa. So, let me agree with you there. Kaya nga may outrage. Having said that, Kuya Boy, if you look at history, what do you expect if you accept the culture of cheating, stealing, and lying? Sooner or later, yun talaga. So, that's why it's a lesson to me na hindi pwedeng sige, tanggapin na natin, pero ganito lang. You have to have very clear red lines. Nagnakaw ka, you go to jail. Hindi pwedeng nagnakaw ka, pero malakas ka sa akin. Okay. So, tinatanong mo, Kuya Boy, di ba, yung confusion sa outrage. Kasi nga, when we said we would appoint the ICI, people thought, sige, iwan mo na dyan, then we'll govern, let them do their work quietly, and then makakasuhan yung dapat makasuhan. Hindi, na-weaponize eh. Di ba? Without criticizing the Blue Ribbon Committee, whether led by Senator Marcoleta or Senator Ping, the ICI, the Ombudsman, one, hindi nag-focus sa ghost lang. Muna. Focus ha. I'm not saying wag tignan lahat. I'm saying focus muna. Number two, hindi nag-focus muna sa masterminds. So, naggugulo yan. Sabi sa Bible, if you want to get the strong man, you bind him muna. Diba? So kung may bilyonaryo kang kalaban, hulihin mo siya, itali mo yung pondo niya, para hindi niya magamit tauhan niya, armas niya at pera laban sa'yo. Diba? Pero kung sasabihin mo, hindi, hulihin ko lahat yan. Pero siya may pera, may kapangyarihan, guguluhin niya talaga yan. And there are people who are now, not only people, groups, who are benefiting with the gulo. Because nga, wala tayong humility na, baka I'm part of the problem. Ang ano natin is, kung ako, masosolve ko yan.
Okay.
Ako dapat.
Okay.
So, in the short term, Kuya Boy, wala akong nakikitang lilinaw ito. Diba? Because wala ngang national dialogue eh. We're not talking to each other. We're not listening to each other. We're just affirming what we already believe. So if the Pinklawans think it's a DDS, the DDS thinks it's Marcos, Marcos thinks it's ganyan, we're trapped ngayon doon. So while the one testimony could be a game changer, it could be true or not, sino pa nagsabing patapusin niyo muna ako, wag muna kayong galit, makinig muna kayo? Si Zaldico. But everyone else is not saying that. Yung naniniwala sa kanya, totoo, magalit na kayo kay Marcos. Yung Marcos Group, ba't makikinig man lang kayo? Diba? So, because of that outrage, na may kasamang, siyempre outrage anger yan eh. Pero may kasamang kalituhan, may kasamang fear. Anong mangyayari sa ating bansa? One last point, Kuya Boy. At nabanggit ko to officially sa budget hearing ng DPWH kay Sec Vince. Sec Vince, do you agree with me? Dalawa ang trabaho mo ngayon. One is habulin yung mga ng loko. But the other one is to continue building our nation. So ang problema, Kuya Boy, dun tayo caught up ngayon eh. So many things are coming, are stalling. And kasama dun, paggastos ng pera ng gobyerno at yung mga infra projects natin. Kasi ang focus nandito, at the same time, may fear na mapasama ako pag ginalaw ko to.
Okay.
So, assuming, Kuya Boy, sa 1 trillion, we lost 200 billion. Magkano mawawala sa bansa if we stop moving? If we stop building? How many of our students will be in a 2-3 shift school 4 hours a day if we don't build the classrooms? How many farms will close down if we don't build farm-to-market roads? How many young people will go to drugs if we don't build this? The government is saying, no, we can do it the same time, but it's not happening. Ang focus natin lahat dito, and because there's no clear vision, and because we can't, as a nation, have at least a common denominator and agree with each other, it's just not working.
Okay, 2 points. Doon sa sinabi mo na hindi mo nakikita ang pagtatapos nito kung hindi tayo magpaparinigan, kung hindi tayo mag-uusap. Kasi kanya-kanya tayo lahat ng punto de vista, ika nga. That's number 1. Number 2, given a situation na katulad ng sinabi mo kay Sec Vince Dizon, na dalawa yun eh. Ayusin mo itong mga nagnakaw at ayusin mo yung trabaho. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng huminto ang trabaho. But isn't it an issue of leadership higher than Secretary Vince Dizon?
Yes.
Kailangan marinig namin yun na, okay, ito ang nangyayari. Ito ang nangyayari. Ang gulo-gulo ngayon, but this is what it is. Yun yung hinahanap naming boses.
Yes, leadership matters. Many times, primary ang leadership. Diba? Having said that, Kuya Boy, extraordinary times, it's not enough na singilin ang presidente ng leadership. It's the leadership of all politicians. But ang point nga na we-weaponize, nagagamit na to. Every single politician thinks, may oportunidad ako dito. Either para kunin yung kalaban mo, or to duck kung ikaw may kasalanan. So, I dare say that we, all of us who are leading the country now, are failing the Filipino people.
Right.
In general, ha?
Tama.
Everyone has their asset. I mean, I can say, eto yung tamang ginagawa ni Ping Lacson. Eto tamang ginagawa ni Senator Marcoleta. Eto tama ni ginagawa ni Vince Dizon. But, you know, as a group of leaders who obviously don't like each other, we're not providing a vision, we're not providing a pathway or a way for us to get out of this. So kung isang kumpanya to, Kuya Boy, we're all claiming to be strengthening the company, but we're killing it.
Isa nga doon sa mga dahilan ay hindi natin nakikitaan ang pagtatapos itong mga nakawan na inumpisa ng presidente ang challenge, no? Doon sa kanyang mahiyahiya naman kayo sa inyong ginagawa by naming the 15 top contractors involved in the DPWH controversy. So, having said that, ang leaders ng bayang ito, and that includes all our leaders, no, are caught up in an environment where most of them are defensive.
Yes.
Most of them are...
may fear, may confusion, may anger.
Meron. Oo, dahil... Paano
so walang humility, walang boldness, walang love.
Oo, and then, tama. And then, nasaan ang governance? Everybody is, ang impression na nakukuha ng marami is that everybody is tiptoeing dahil I will put it in a question. Dahil karamihan at marami ang guilty sa pandarambong ng pera ng bayan. Kasi naririnig ko yan sa mga politika ngayon na pag ako naman, whether true or not, ako naman ang halimbawa may sabihin baka bigla na lang may mag-post at sabihin magnanakaw din ako. So we are in that volatile, that vulnerable situation na governance is left on one side.
No, let me draw you a
Okay.
picture, Kuya Boy. No? So, parang may party, normal, may nasaksak. So, we're very clear na ang pinaka-guilty dito yung sumaksak.
Okay.
Ang problema nga, dahil galit ka, nakisuntok ka rin. Ngayon, nung dinala sa ospital, hindi magkasundo yung mga doktor. Yung Pinklawan na doktor, ganito ang gustong gawin. Yung DDS na doktor, ganito ang gustong gawin. Yung Marcos na doktor, ganito ang gustong gawin. So yung pasyente nandun, which is our country, na sinaksak mo na at dumudugo, nawawala yung at gulpi din because, we have many good leaders, but we don't want to work together and we don't want to paint a solution that's acceptable to everyone. Kaya yun ang problema, Kuya Boy, pag nagiging winner-take-all ang politika Usually, ang winner-take-all pag election lang. But in this situation, it's jail or be jailed or be deposed or stay there. So, lalong gumugulo, Kuya Boy. Then, I'll add that nga, no? So, kung all the doctors love the patient, then there'll come a time we'll say, guys, do we want to save the patient o hindi? But ang umiibabaw is the fear na baka ginagot ko, malpractice pa ako. Baka siya masunod, siya makakuha ng credit. Or baka ako makagamot, panggalin naman ako. So, it's just not... So, one thing I want to say in this interview, yung sinabi po ni Einstein, if you keep doing the same thing and expect a different result, that's stupidity. So, since the SONA until now, we've been basically doing the same thing but doubling down, diba, on it. Whether it's the Blue Ribbon Committee, whether it's the Office of Ombudsman, ICI, the Senate, the House, the opposition, we've just been doubling down. So bigger rallies, louder voices, more posting, diba? I think there are ideas out there that deserve a second look. Of course, they don't want to take a second look dun sa sinabi kong, what if lang we all resign, then all of us say na hindi kami tatakbo. Siniraan pa, Kuya Boy, di ba? Sinabi, hindi, pagka nag-resign kayo, baka wala kayong liability. Baliktad nga, pag hindi ka nakaupo, mas madali mong kasuhan ang dapat kasuhan, no? Having said that, Kuya Boy,
Ako, I thought it really made a lot of sense.
well,
Medyo radical yung konsepto,
few of us, di ba? But
Radical yung
everyone
konsepto,
else
pero it
probably
made
thought,
sense.
but everyone else probably thought na, hindi, ako solusyon dyan so why should I excuse myself?
Correct. Pero Alan, that brings me to the point. Kasi maganda yung syllogism, no? Nasa ospital, ang daming grupo, sinaksak, mamamatay na dahil sobrang dugo ang lumalabas sa katawan ng Pilipinas. Wala ka bang nakikitang doktor na pwedeng magsabi, sandali lang, diyan muna kayo, 5 minuto lang, buhayin muna natin ito. Kasi I don't think you can expect this from doon sa mga persons of interest. Hindi naman magsasabi mo kasi tama ka nga, kanya-kanyang interest dahil kanya-kanyang credit, no? Pero in the present setup of the Philippine government, isn't there anyone who can say, time out, sandali, buhayin muna natin?
Well, as of now, unang-una, we're not listening to each other. So even if you can name a credible institution or person,
Mahirap kasi hindi nakikinig tayo sa...
hindi mawiling makinig yung ibang group. Ang gusto nila pakinggan, yung gusto nila na sinasabi
Kung ano ang
sa
kanilang
kanilang
pinaniniwalaan.
sarili. Yes. And di ba, I remember before there was a survey, what are the top institutions? Lumalabas parati dyan, Channel 2 and Channel 7, and then, the church, CBCP. But if you look now, pag naglabas ng statement anyone, it's already framed in the lens na gusto mo lang paniwalaan Di ba? That's what I'm saying Ang kulang ngayon is really the sacrificing of oneself It's really the humility na, I might not have all the answers, can I listen to you?
Right.
Now it's really, I'm shoving myself na, Kuya Boy, kung gusto mo solusyon, sa akin ka lang makinig. But it's not working. I'll give you another analogy, Kuya Boy. What if we've always loved a company? PLDT, Smart, San Miguel, Procter & Gamble, whatever. But even if 1,000 tayo, we don't have enough money to buy it. But what if that conglomerate, let's say it has a drug, alam mo, sakit ng ulo. We discover it doesn't work, they know it, and pulbos lang pala yun. So what will happen? Babaksak yung stock price. Mabibili natin ngayon. So we say, Kuya Boy, buuin mo na yung 1,000 mong kilala, ambagan tayo, bilhin natin, let's take over. And we have a good vision. We take over. Ito problema, Kuya Boy. As soon as we take over, yung shampoo pala nila na anti-dandruff, niloko din pala yung chemical. So wala pala. And our Vice President for Shampoo said, hindi pwede, kailangang expose ko to. In-expose ngayon. At tama naman i-expose. Bumaksak na naman yung presyo ng stock. E nalaman nung head nung foods na, panahon pala ng pag-expose ngayon. Expose na natin na etong sinabi natin 6 months sa shelf, after 3 months pala nabubulok. May sumakit pala ang chance. At what point in time, Kuya Boy, will that company die? Wala nang value. Wala nang, and all the good intentions nung binili natin mawala. Hindi unlimited ang goodwill ng isang bansa. Ha? As I said, abroad, nagtra-travel mga Pilipino, may kansyawan na. May point of view na grabe ang corruption. Because nga, the way we're dealing with it, no? Here in the Philippines, we know, it's about, wala pa sigurong 10,000 people involved dito sa 110 million Pilipino, di ba? Pero the way it's being told abroad is as if kaliwat kanan and we all steal, as if we're uncivilized tribes of people just stealing and killing
each
other, di ba? So, the alarm bells I'm sounding now is also bells of opportunity. We have an opportunity to have real change, for transformation. We have an opportunity for peacefully solving this, for using our constitution, ganyan. But yun nga, I think we have so much blinders, and then we're an algorithm, we're driven na we just want to prove na tama ako, mali siya.
Lahat tayo magaling.
Oo.
In other words.
I mean, don't get me wrong, ha? 99.9% of us want to jail the corrupt. Ang ayaw lang, syempre, yung mga pinaka-corrupt. But almost none of us want to agree that we're part of the problem. We have a political culture, socio-economic culture, that allows stealing, cheating, and lying. If we don't change that, we'll only address the ghost, pero babalik na naman ito.
Pero, Alan, am I getting you right that dalawa yun, two-pronged no yung problema. Ito, meron tayong kinakaharap na problema ng korupsyon. DPWH pa lang yun. Hindi pa natin pinag-uusapan ng marami pang mga sangay ng gobyerno. But let's start somewhere.
Na tuloy-tuloy, na hindi rin natatakot.
Correct, oo. Ito muna. Pero huwag natin kalimutan that we have a responsibility to govern as
That's
leaders.
Right. Yes.
That's what you're trying to say.
I'll give you a specific...
I'm sorry, Alan. And then third, huwag natin kalimutan na there are fundamentals. Ito na yung our capacity to hear each other, values, in other words. Okay.
So, specific example, North Rail. Mukhang may kalokohan doon. So, nung panahon ni President Aquino, stinap yung project. Ginastosan na yung relocation ng informal settlers at may ginastos na doon. And then may arbitration yon kasi may pera nang nilabas. We lost that. Dumami na naman yung informal settlers. 2, 3 years, 4 years later, or after the administration, magandang project pala, double na yung cost. So I'm not saying wag pansinin at wag habulin at wag ayusin. Pero we already learned from that. We're doing the same thing now. We're finger pointing, we're stopping all of these problems. Yung baha ba titigil, Kuya Boy? So ngayon we want zero budget for flood control. Paano ang Cebu at paano ang Bulacan na binabaha talaga? Kasi we don't have the confidence to tell the people, trust us. Etong susunod, wala nang ano to.
Alan, hindi lamang confidence, pero track record.
Yes.
Kasi nakita ng tao yung pera na ginastos, ninakaw mula sa kanila.
So the easy way out is to say, no more flood control. But you won't get rid of the
Correct.
floods. So how much in economic cost yung flooding sa Bulacan, sa Cebu, and everything, if we don't have flood control next year?
But
there's one or two talking about that, but everyone else, baka kasi ngayon, pag sinabi mong gusto mo ng flood control, baka sabihin corrupt eh.
Correct.
So yun nga problema, Kuya Boy. The expose and the game changers are so big, it practically paralyzes most or many of us from fighting for what is right.
Oo, tama naman.
And dati may referees.
Ngayon,
dati may
Arbiters, may
arbiters,
moderators,
may
ika nga.
legal luminaries na walang kinakampihan but experts, 'di ba? Now everyone is an influencer. Now everyone already has a stand and they're just looking for the audience to connect with. So wala na yung human rights people or experts or advocates before na magalit na kayo lahat. Ito tama, ito mali eh.
Because the weaponizing is also done by everybody.
Yes.
Everybody can say, ayan.
Yes.
Depending on where you are at kung sino ang pinagkatatanggol mo. Pero doon sa diskurso, sa trust on leadership, konektado kasi doon sa present na problem. Kailangan talaga kahit papano may conclusion yung first chapter.
Agree, Kuya Boy. But
Oo.
trust is long term. We're all thinking short
Correct.
term eh.
Kailangan, it takes a while.
So 2 years from now, we will look back and we will look at all the infrastructure na hindi ginawa because we didn't trust ourselves.
Aha.
So, they're saying, trust Vince Dizon to fix DPWH. So why are we not trusting him to do the flood control?
Okay.
Yeah, either we trust him or not.
Or convince Dizon, just go ahead and do it? I mean, against the uproar?
Sorry but I think I've only heard 2 or 3 people say na paano kung walang flood control.
Okay.
Of course, the admin is saying may pera pa this year na gagamitin. But yun nga, sa atin kasi, Kuya Boy, pag masama, like halimbawa sabihin ang barel, masama, sinong may hawak?
Okay.
Oh, but it's easier to say, iban mo na lang totally.
Oo.
So, dahil ginamit sa masama flood control, iban muna natin. Pag hindi na masyadong mainit sa tao, ipasok natin.
Kasi extraordinary problems, extraordinary times demand for extraordinary leaders. Extraordinary
Solutions.
with extraordinary solutions. Na para bagang, huwag natin kalimutan na meron tayong dapat gawin para sa taong bayan kahit galit ito.
Another
And it will
thing,
not be
Kuya
able to
Boy.
appreciate at the moment dahil kasalukuyang galit na galit siya dahil wala pang closure yung kanyang problema na kinakaharap.
100%. But may dadagdag din ako dyan. Mahirap kasi magpaliwanag eh.
Oo.
So mas madaling sabihin, alam nyo guys, puno ng corruption ng flood control, tigil natin. Mas mahirap ipaliwanag na, yes guys, but eto ginawa natin, eto ang gagawin natin, ituloy natin. Kasi, pag ganun ginawa mo, may bibira sa'yo eh. So we're so all afraid now, ayaw natin may bumira sa atin. You know, when I took the role of minority leader, even within my core, wag na. Kasi ngayon walang bibirahin pa tayo. But this is an opportunity to do something eh. To do something good, to talk about transformation, di ba? So I mean, ako Kuya Boy, I'm uncomfortable talking about many things now. Bakit? May magagalit eh. But ang problema, if you don't talk about it, wala ngang galit, wala naman nangyari. Di ba? So, we have to make a lot of choices. Not only do we have to choose who do we believe. Do we believe the President or the Vice President? Do we believe Ping Lacson or Senator Maripoleta? Do we believe Gutesa and Zaldico? Remember, if this was last week, it was Zaldico versus Gutesa. Now, sila na magkasama. At least sa testimony, iba na. So, we have to listen.
Yes.
We have to think on our own. We have to, everyone is coming out with their own propaganda. Why would it be a insertion kung ganito? On the other hand, ang presidente pwedeng gawin. So, may propaganda, counter-propaganda, and everything, di ba? Because nga, we're stuck. No? So, my message tonight is we're stuck. Kumbaga sa kotse, nasa putik tayo, hindi umaandar.
And what should we do?
And we're sinking.
Yes.
No, we should, may common denominators, Kuya Boy. What's
And the
our common denominator?
yes.
Everyone's protesting. Iba lang ang venue, iba lang kulay. But why are we all lahat tayo galit sa corruption ah. Wala pa akong nakita nagprotesta dahil sinabi nila gusto nila ng corruption. O, di ba? Okay. Number 2, lahat gustong may managot. But hindi tayo makakuha ng perfect framework or kung sino mag-iimbestiga para mananagot. Di ba? Kasi political yung side ng mananagot. Okay. Number 3, we all want na wag mag-sink yung sasakyan, yung bansa natin. Oh, but we're not having a national conversation. Hindi pwede mag-usap na lahat na, okay guys,
And
may
that's
corruption
doable,
sa flood. Some of them are doable.
Some of them are
one
doable.
by one.
Okay.
One by one.
Pero hindi pwedeng iwanan.
Hindi pwedeng iwanan. I mean, and kahit naman Kuya Boy, pag sinabi mong pink lawan, DDS or green, Marcos, parang lang yung halimbawa sa Katoliko, Meron kang Jesuit, meron kang Opus Dei, meron kang very conservative, meron kang very sa LGBT community, Kuya Boy, di ba? Meron doon na parang eto talaga pananaw, hindi pwedeng mag-compromise dito. May conservative, hindi eto. Oh, sa Christian community, di ba? Meron din ganon, meron napaka-liberal, hindi. But sa lahat na yun, may diplomats yan.
At may commonalities.
May commonality. Di ba na, do we want this kind of society or that kind of
Okay.
society, no? So, the more we go towards a segmentized,
Approach,
divided,
yes.
fractional approach sa politics and governing our nation,
The more nalulubog tayo.
the more nalulubog.
Ito hypothetical bilang huling mga katanungan. Hypothetical po ito ha. And I know you don't expect this question. Kasi galit na galit ang tao. Halimbawa ngayon, wala kaming makain, ang daming nagugutom, ang daming namatay. Iisang sinisisi. Itong korupsyon, itong pagnanakaw ng pera sa bayan. Alan, if you were Senate President today, in view of the ICI and the Blue Ribbon Committee na inaasahan ng maraming tao na magbibigay ng solusyon dito sa problema natin sa kabila, anong gagawin mo?
Well, dual track. You have to first establish, we're talking about the national budget, we're talking spending
Ngayon
ng
yan,
gobyerno.
ano? Budget of 2026, okay.
We have to focus of that. But ako kasi, Kuya Boy, parating great opportunity. Ba't tayo takot? Napakalaki ng opportunity. Lahat nung hindi masolve, Sierra Madre. Ba't hindi natin i-ban lahat ng development dyan? O, classroom. Huwag na natin sabihin imposible. 3 years ba o 5 years? Kaya natin, magkano kailangan mo, anong batas kailangan mo. So
You're looking at this crisis as an opportunity.
we're thinking so big of how we can be and how we can lead. But sa solutions, we're thinking so small. Grabe opportunity. I have to admit, hindi to kaya ng speaker lang. Hindi to kaya ng Senate President lang. Hindi to kaya ni President Marcos lang. Di ba? But the point is, Kuya Boy, it's the idea that has to be bigger than us eh. And we're using 1960, 70, 80 solutions
Okay.
for a problem in 2025.
Natanong ko kung Senate President dahil ipagpapatuloy mo ba ang Blue Ribbon Committee hearings? Ano ba ang relasyon sa ICI? How would you view that?
Well, Kuya Boy, ako kasi I believe in order eh. Simpleng-simpleng sinabi ko sa DPWH noon. Let's start with yung ghost. Kasi yan ang pinaka-guilty at yan ang pinakamadaling kasuhan. Bakit? Nabayaran walang project eh. Ngayon, pati yung definition ng ghost, ginugulo eh. May project, nilipat lang, ghost. So, what was my suggestion? Utusan mo jointly ang LGU by DILG, ang DPWH by DPWH, and if you want socio-civic groups, kunan nyo ng picture, bigyan nyo ng listahan ng project, kunan nyo ng picture. Sa picture, kung zero at bayad, ghost yon. Kung 100% at maayos, wala na yon. Kung 60, 70, 80% hindi bayad at hindi ayos, ayusin nyo. Hindi eh. Kaya ngayon, may suspect. Bakit dito mo lang in-inspection? Bakit dito lang? In-announce mo dito, may ghost. Dito, wala. Pero we can't see it.
Okay, I appreciate that, but that is not to say na mapapakawalan itong mga malalaking nagnakaw.
No.
Okay.
Every-
Ang sinasabi
from
mo
top-
lamang is
from
you want
top-
order in the investigation.
Kuya Boy, going again to the example nung nasaksak, di ba? Kung gusto mo i-save yung life niya, anong unang injury titignan mo? Yung life-threatening. Kung bawat galos niya ay gagamutin mo, di magkakagulo yung nurse at doktor doon. Di ba?
Okay.
So, kung may substandard, yes, we will deal with that. Kung may overpricing, yes, we will deal with that. Kung may congressman, senador, etc. na nakialam niya, we will deal with that. Okay? But, step backward then. Let's not admit, it's an open secret, di ba? That corruption is part of our socio-economic political setup. So we have to saan doon yung we'll cut the line na we'll deal with that
Examine the
and
system, in other
babaguhin
words.
natin.
I didn't change it. If you were to give an advice, a piece of advice to President Marcos now, ano yun, Alan?
Dual track. One, building this nation and present such a good nation building program na no one can say no. Diba? So, kung sabihin niyang, this is how I'll fix yung state universities. We will build this, we'll do this scholarship. This is how I'll fix DepEd, classrooms muna, 2-3 shifts, I'll do this. This is what we'll do sa farm to market road. Make it very clear, para walang delay, walang underspending, diretso. Dun sa anti-corruption, kung ICI, ICI. Gumulo na eh. Sinabi mo, independent commission. Pero nakikipag-meeting sa lahat, pumupunta Malacanang, involved yung ombudsman, etc. So, no one believes that it's independent. Leading the blind is saying that it's like, naglulukuhan tayo, Kuya Boy, pero naniniwala tayo sa lukuhan natin.
Okay.
So, everyone agrees now na
And you would
lukuhan.
tell the president?
Sorry?
How would you tell the president that?
Well, either pass a law for a real ICI or we follow the US style, independent prosecutor. It could be a panel. And let them do their job. But now, everyone na gustong magpabibo, nag-i-inspect, nagpapakita ng tapos dun lang sa kalaban ang pinapakita. So, Kuya Boy, you cannot fight disorder by being more disorderly. Di ba? You cannot fight darkness by being darker.
Kasi mas gusto yan ng guilty.
Yes. Di ba? Yung hindi mo pwedeng ayusin yung gulo na mas lalo mong guluhin. You have to present some kind of plan na yung darkness may light.
Alright.
Yung gulo may ayos. Yung chaos may order. Pero right now, at least on the political elite, no, it's kamadahan eh. Di ba? Paano mo ma-weaponize para dun sa kabila?
Di bumabalik pa rin ako dun sa...
I'm not blaming anyone, ha?
Yes.
I'm not saying dapat itong grupo wag mag-rally, ito dapat hindi. I'm just saying, guys, let's take a step back. Kung hindi natin to bansa, tinitingnan natin, ano nangyayari sa Pilipinas? Do you see hope?
No,
There is hope, but you do not see it now. Do you see the light at the end of the tunnel? Hindi. You see the tunnel. Tunnel is darkness. The light symbolizes na may vision, may pupuntahan ka dun eh. Hindi provide right now.
No, I don't like your opinion, but let's listen to each other.
Yes.
Let's engage each other. Kasi iisa lang naman ang pinaglalaban natin.
Wala
isang
namang
bayan
grupo
natin.
ngayon, Kuya Boy, na totally right or totally wrong.
Okay.
May elements of truth, may half-truths, may elements of truth.
I hear you there. Pero ako, bumabalik ako dun sa one of our earliest conversations about values na may isang dakilang politician na nagsabi, at the end of the day, it goes down to character.
Yes.
It really boils down to character. Ito talaga huling katanungan na. You were president of this country. And may karampatang pruweba na ang asawa mo o di kaya kapatid mo o pinsan mo ay nagnakaw sa kaba ng bayan. Pakukulong mo.
You have two options. Pakulong mo, mag-resign ka. Any other way, problematic ka. I mean, we saw that na kay Lee Kuan Yew, we saw that sa Pilipinas. So, we're in a vicious cycle. The only way to stop that is dual focus nga. Yung pinaka-guilty, yun ang unahin mo, ikulong mo na. Tapos, ayusin mo na lahat ng Pilipinas. Let me say this, Kuya Boy, no? I won't say the specific agency today, no? But you name the agency, whether gamot sa DOH, whether collection, hindi naman lahat sa BIR, whether smuggling sa custom, etc. There are small reforms, pero ang sinasabi ng mga businessmen, ng mga tao, grumagrabe. So, hindi pala tayo nag-decide as a nation to get rid of corruption. We decided to get rid of corruption sa DPWH. So, yun ang sinasabi ko, Kuya Boy. We need not only a president, we need 2 houses of Congress, we need a judiciary, we need the people who will decide na starting today, integrity, humility, sacrifice will be core values. Pero kung sabihin, no, ang mag-sacrifice, ikaw. Ako bold, ikaw ihahumble ko. Ikaw ikukulong ko, ako walang mali. Walang mangyayari sa atin.
And it takes a lot of character to be able to do that.
Yeah, but Kuya Boy, any damage we do this year, yung nasa pinakababa, will suffer for 3-4 years.
Tama.
So yun ang problema. Wag ng kalokohan, Kuya Boy, wag ng corruption. Yung hindi na lang natuloy na proyekto, yung may sports complex kang gagawin, hindi natuloy 1 year, ilan magiging addict dahil wala silang laruan? Yung classroom na hindi mo tinuloy next year, ilan ang babaksak sa mga exam at hindi magkakaroon ng pagkakataon sa kolehiyo or ng magandang trabaho. So that's the problem, Kuya Boy. Nakatingin tayo dito sa nakurakot. Graft and corruption is much bigger than kurakot. And other countries have learned the lesson doon.
Yes.
It seems that we're stuck pa rin doon sa kung ano ang popular, ano ang nakikita sa media, ano ang sigaw ng mob, yun ang sundin natin. So kung ang sigaw ng mob, wag mag-dredging dahil kurakot ang dredging, wag tayo mag-dredge. Kaya nga tayo binabaha ngayon. That's one of the reason. Di ba kung ang sinasabi nung mob ngayon, ang corruption nasa DPWH lang, di natin titignan yung corruption sa ibang lugar. But in the other hand, kung ang nasa news natin, Kuya Boy, corruption. Tanungin mo ang 8-year-old, ano problema ng Pilipinas? Corruption. Tanungin mo Hong Kong News, ano problema sa Pilipinas? Corruption. Tanungin mo Singapore Straight, yung Times, ano problema? Corruption. Tanungin mo New York Times, corruption. Ano tingin nila sa Pilipinas? We have to show them the light of that. We've gone through this, may problema, pero sinusolusyonan namin. This is the new Philippines.
It's not just about the mob, but also it's about leadership. It's a chicken and egg thing.
Definitely.
It's a chicken and egg thing. Mensahe sa lahat ng... Kasi sabi ko nga, Alan, araw-araw nagbabago ang balita, araw-araw may mga lumalabas sa bago. Your message to the
first
Filipino
message
people.
ko, it's not only a political, economic, social problem. It's a spiritual problem. We claim to be a very spiritual people, very religious people. We have to examine ourselves now.
Okay.
Are we willing to really say, God, we're sorry, but we will now be obedient? Secondly, are we willing to recognize the opportunities? Or will we be mababaw and see the political opportunities, the opportunities to kill my opponent and stop there? Third, are we willing to listen to each other? Because until a house divided will fall. And a nation is a bigger house. So yes, we can disagree. But can we find a system to agree to disagree?
Okay.
Until we get there, Kuya Boy, there will be no acceptable solution. You say na, pag tinanggal ang presidente, acceptable sa amin. Hindi acceptable sa lahat. Paano kung yung susunod na presidente, ganun din? So it'll be a vicious cycle. We have to find systems. We have to find direction, pathways, vision. That is at the very least a common denominator.
Yun.
We won't agree on everything, but there have to be basics that we will agree on.
Katulad ng galit natin sa korupsyon.
Yes. Kung hindi, yung extremists will take over.
Okay.
Yung gusto ng gulo, kudeta, dyan papasok dyan. May opportunists who are just waiting. That's why I say it's a spiritual problem. Diba? The spirits who want poverty, corruption, chaos, who doesn't want to see the real identity of the Philippines, let's not let them win.
Maraming salamat, Alan.
Thank you for this opportunity, Kuya Boy.
Thank you.